Hello everyone, it's Pete and Tom from the Tobacco Barn.
Hi guys.
Hey Tom, we get a lot of questions, especially people who are just starting off with smoking the pipe on how do I pack and light a pipe. Can you help us out? How do we do that?
Well, there's different theories on that, Pete, but the old traditional way is that you pack your pipe in layers. The general rule is somewhat light at the bottom. I just kind of like to fluff up my tobacco a little and literally almost gravity feed it in toward the bottom, and just tamp it down light. You have to be careful because if you tamp it down too hard, then you clamp off your air supply at the bottom of the bowl, and it's like a cigar that's rolled too tight. You don't get any draw. Conversely, if you were to pack it too loose all the way up, again, it'd be like a loosely rolled cigar where it burned too fast and too hot. So there's a little bit of a learning curve getting a feel for it. It's something that doesn't happen in a day or two, but a few times trying your pipe, it all falls into place. Okay. So I get my first layer down there somewhat light. What I do is I second make sure that I get airflow. If you get airflow, that's your green light to go to the next layer. The next layer, Pete, you want to do maybe a little tighter than your first layer, tamping it down a little tighter. Again, after that layer, make sure you can get draw. You should have ideally a little bit of resistance, but still get airflow. Okay. Then going to the next layer, probably a little bit tighter than your second layer. And you'll feel all thumbs, but it's kind of like riding a bike. You just learn how to do it, and it comes naturally after that.
Is there a certain number of layers that you put in your
pipe?
Well,
obviously it depends on the size of the bowl, but let's say if you're just going to smoke 10 or 15 minutes, what's the point of filling your bowl to the top? Because you're not going to have the time to smoke it all the way to the bottom. You're not getting that nice even layer of carbon to the bottom of the bowl, and you're wasting tobacco. So depends on the time you want to smoke. Got it. So when you first light up, the tobacco will have a tendency to rise with the heat of your match or your lighters. It'll go out. It's what we call a false start. You're not doing anything wrong. So I'm going to get the old pipe going here. Notice how I move my lighter around to get the whole surface area, just like with your cigars. You want to get the entire end of your cigar lit. So basically what you do is you take your tamper after your first false start, compressing it down a little bit, and then you're in a position to relight. So again, I always like to see a lot of smoke.
It's a good sign.
Absolutely. You got to get that fire going.
Okay.
See that white ash?
Yeah.
So after that, periodically, you always keep your tamper close at hand, because what you'll be doing as you're drawing in, you're compressing that hot burning ash on your unburned tobacco. Okay. That keeps the combustion going. You'll be doing that several times as you burn your tobacco down the bowl. Okay. Because what you're trying to achieve is obviously to smoke all your tobacco. One, you don't want to waste tobacco. Right. But secondly, the byproduct of smoking tobacco in a briar bowl, it leaves a residue of carbon. And the carbon serves to draw moisture out of your tobacco, Pete, and also a nice layer of carbon insulates the wood, the briar wood, from the fire. Okay. So we got a nice white ash going there, and just like I say, don't forget about your tamper.
That sounds good. And stop by again for further instructional videos we'll have, and check out our pipe starter kits as well as our tobacco sampler kits. And again, thank you for stopping by.
See you later.